746.
And the 17-3.
Okay, so recently I got to experience my very first race at Road Atlanta in Brazelton, GA for the Trans Am Series of 2026. Now I can say that with it being my first official race I've ever been to, I've never been to F1, I've never been to NASCAR, I've never been to IndyCar, I've never been to any like professional race. This being my very first professional race I've ever attended. And I can say that, man, it was very fun. It was dope. It was dope seeing all the cars. It was dope getting to talk to some of the people there. It was dope getting to hear the car and see them actually running on track, man. That was dope. So yeah, man. So just check out the video. You see what I saw. You see some of the clips I got, and just enjoy. Hey, so let's go on the track.
And won the season opening race at Sebring to start this year. And today,
I'm doing all witnesses.
Still looks like this.
No, hit the car. Hit the car.
I am. What's up, man?
What's up, buddy?
What's your name?
Seamus.
TJ.
Nice to meet you.
How long you been racing cars, man?
Cars about 3 years now. I started 2020, no, 2 years. 2 years.
Yeah.
But overall racing, I started in go-karts like 6 years ago.
Yeah. Is that most how everybody starts go-karting?
It kind of depends. It's really diverse here, especially because it's stock car racing.
Yeah.
So like some people will start in go-karts and other people will start in like the quarter midgets on the dirt ovals and stuff.
Yeah. What if somebody fresh wanted to get into racing cars and do what you do? What would they do?
Say that again?
What if someone fresh wanted to start racing cars just like you do? What do they do?
I mean,
I know it's difficult, but
you probably got to start in the go-kart stuff just so you learn kind of what to do, like all the racing stuff. It teaches you racecraft and how to position yourself on the track and everything. And then really after that, you just got to meet people. You got to get into a good series. Like MX5 Cup would be a good starting point.
MX5 what?
MX5 Cup.
Yeah.
You just gotta meet the right people.
Right.
Make connections, do all that stuff.
Okay. All right. And today you'll be driving this one?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. That's dope, man.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, man.
Do what? every car out here is on a spec LS3, so it's a 6.2 V8. Everybody is restricted 465 horsepower at the wheels, and then everything else on the car has what's called a cost cap, meaning you can go as badass as you want to as long as you don't spend more than X amount of money on the individual components. So what you'll find is a lot of cars utilize the same brakes, the same shock, because we get a limit, right? They try to keep it as fair as possible, just like with the weight. You look at him, that's a 260-pound grown-ass man. But you look at that guy leaning on that spoiler right there in the gray, that's a 150-pound 18-year-old.
Right.
Okay, to balance that out, we balance it out with the overall weight of the car. So in theory, when all these cars roll out at the end of that pit road, every single one of them with the driver in it weighs the exact same. Make it as fair as possible. And then they drop that green flag, and it's on.
Okay.
It is very, very balls out.
So let's say I wanted to work on the team on one of these guys. How would I start? How would I start?
You're talking entry. That's the big thing. Being able to get, it's a very closed door type market.
Right.
You know what I mean? Me personally, I was fortunate that 9 years ago, I had a friend that was already in racing.
Yeah.
I was looking at a career change, and he said, come to the shop, let me introduce you to some people, let's go racing, see how you like it, and I ain't been able to look back ever since.
Right.
But it's just a matter, so I live up in Mooresville, North Carolina. That's kind of like the racing capital of like the East Coast.
Right.
You know, this car itself actually lives in Wisconsin. So the team is based in Wisconsin. A lot of the mechanics are from all over. We get brought in as a big conglomerate, show up to the racetrack, party all weekend, push for wins.
Right.
You know, so best bet, if it were me and I was starting over and I wanted to get in racing, I would go to small events, like events that happen here, like SCCA or NASA weekends, and just meet people, talk to people, ask if they need help. If you live in Mooresville, North Carolina, I tell you, walk up to a race shop, open the front door, say, hey, my name's such and such. I'll sweep the floors. You want me to clean that car over there? How can I be involved to help you? How can I show this race team that by adding me, it's going to improve the overall chances of winning? Because at the end of the day, that's all any of us give a shit about. Right?
Winning.
F the rest of it. We want to win.
Right.
You know? So it's just a matter, in all reality, it's probably more of knowing the right people, getting the right opportunity laid in front of it. Because what you got to think about is we got 31 cars sitting right here on grid right now.
Right.
There's only 31 cars in the United States that run this series.
31 seats.
I run this car.
Right.
There's only 31 of me's in the U.S.
Right.
So it's very, very, very difficult to get in, but it's definitely, if you can grind it out and start at the bottom, like my first year in racing, hand on the Bible, I did nothing but clean fucking tires for an entire year. And the dedication, the motivation, the willingness to do whatever needs to be done for the team put me in a position of, hey, let's start training this guy and moving him up. And I flourished, you know, and just kind of didn't look back. Where y'all live? Y'all around here? It's all about getting that foot in the door. Once the foot's in the door, all you got to do is give it 110% every day. And I mean, I'm very fortunate. You know, I work in this series, I work in IMSA, I work in SRM. So like, I'm about as fully vested in this world as you can get. And it took years and years and years of busting my ass, doing the shit I didn't want to do, but I had to do for the big picture, for the long term. You know, for example, working in tires for a year set it up in my brain so that now I understand how camber and tire temperatures work and related to the car. You know what I mean? You learn these things as you go, so by the time you get to where I'm at now, I tell you anything about anything, top to bottom, front to rear, no questions asked. First thing comes out of my mouth will be the right answer every time, just because I've done it so much. You know, it gets so repetitive and stuff like that. It's all about meeting people, man. It's all about meeting people. And plus, this is the big race of the weekend, right? There's like 3 other series that are out here racing this weekend.
What are the Porsches and then the Indy car?
Yeah, like those Formula cars.
Like baby F1.
Yes. Go get some of them cats. You know? It's all about who you know, man. That's what it comes down to. Yep.
Architecture TA2 Pro-Am. 3rd place. Last time he was on the podium was last year in his home state with, kind of home state of New York at Watkins Glen. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Doug Winston, trained mentor.org. On the podium with us in the Pro-Am. Nick Middleton with Cube 3. Great race out there today.
Phenomenal race. Congratulations to all the drivers and awesome job, Doug. Congratulations.
Sorry, Nick. I'm going to talk to you, though. I'm going to talk to you. Running with Nitro Motorsports, Doug with Fast Auto. And then, ladies and gentlemen, first place today in Atlanta was on the podium with us last year. Our runner-up in Pro-Am last year. Let's hear it for Keith Prochuk, running with HP Tuners, Coke race cars. Yeah, keep this energy up, Atlanta. I know it's a little bit hot, but this is good. I like this. All right. Doug,